Introducing JUNTO NAKATANI. #1 ranked bantamweight contender, introducing Petsor Chikpatana.
Scheduled for 12 rounds for the WBC Bantamweight World Championship. The champion JUNTO NAKATANI there in the southpaw stance with the red trunks and white trim. Chikpatana, the challenger tonight in the all black. 78 professional fights for Chikpatana, 53 of those won by KO, 28-0 for Nakatani, 21 knockouts.
And that's a pretty impressive record, even though they were all really in Thailand.
Yeah, definitely an inflated record there for the Thai fighter, and you know he's got some decent skills, some decent power. Also a southpaw, so the battle of two southpaws here. This is second fight outside of his native Thailand, and JUNTO NAKATANI tonight will be looking to show that there's levels to this game, particularly at the championship level, where perhaps he can make a statement tonight. He's had 9 stoppages in his last 11 fights. Most people think he will get another one tonight, looking at the pre-fight predictions and odds.
I know they're filling out right now, and they're kind of seeing each other's rhythm this round. But Chikpatana, to win tonight, he's going to have to use pressure and aggression. Great shot from Nakatani.
Already tasting a bit of the power there from the champion.
And that power will throw anyone off their game plan.
Nakatani shooting the jab there with the lead right hand. Chikpatana looking to close the distance. Hasn't thrown much of anything here in the first 2 minutes of round 1. Nakatani using the jab.
Yeah, right now Nakatani's reading him. He's downloading information.
Nakatani did score a first round knockout in his last outing against Vincent Astrolabio with a beautiful shot to the body.
He's got great body work consistently.
30 seconds left here in round 1. There, Chikpatana looks to shoot the jab and misses with the left hand. Left hand lands for Nakatani. Back to the jab. Doubling up on the jab is Chikpatana.
Those counters are going to be crucial for Nakatani.
Especially if he catches Chikpatana leaning over like that.
Dok, lapit na ako.
Ang bawat biyahe ko,
Dok,
para makapagtapos.
Boxing on
Chikpatana
That was almost
there
a
in round
knockout.
1. As we get ready here for round 2, and if you're looking for the record of Chikpatana, who has he fought? 77 professional fights. You may want to look up the name Tasana Salapat, because that is also the name on BoxRec. It's also the name that he's gone by. Also Petch CP Freshmart as well. As Thai fighters sometimes, you know, show gratitude to the gyms or their sponsors by using their name as a professional name when they fight.
Counters. He's waiting for Chikpatana to fall in again. He's leaning over his leg, like you said. Nakatani just waiting to bait him in again, using that jab.
Being patient, working off the jab. He had a beautiful stoppage with a straight left hand to the body in his last fight. One of the most brutal shots that you can land, a body shot knockout, as Chikpatana looks to land the right hand over the top. Doubling up on the jab, shooting the left hand for Chipatana.
And Nakatani is a master of distance. You can see how he's using his jab not only to hit Chipatana, but to maintain that control, that distance. He's a long, rangy fighter, and he's great at mid-distance. This range right here.
Doing some work with that lead right hand. This is Nakatani's third fight at 118 pounds. He's gotten stoppages in his last two fights up at this weight class. Alexandro Santiago in his first, where he won the WBC bantamweight title. And then I mentioned the knockdown. That one not a knockdown.
Yeah, that was
Here in round two, but a knockout against Vincent Astrolabio in his last fight. He'd like to make it 3 in a row.
And one thing about Nakatani, if he notices any chinks in your defense or armor, he will go after it. If he smells blood, he always goes for the finish.
Doubling up on the jab there. Circling to Nakatani's right away as he shoots that looping shot, and then Chipatana jumps in and holds 10 seconds left here in round two. Oh, good combination to end the round. That body shot hurt. As you saw Chipatana take that deep breath. Round three of the scheduled 12-rounder, and good combination to end round two for Nakatani. Chipatana looks to answer back with the left hand of his own, tripling up on the right hand jab for Nakatani.
Nakatani's got such a great jab, but one of his best punches, one of my personal favorite punches of his, is his left uppercut. And that's a shot that he could actually use against Chipatana when he's falling in like that.
Yeah, Coach Rudy Hernandez telling me, we're not going to have to go looking for this guy. He's going to be there. He's a come-forward fighter. Yes. He doesn't do a whole lot of moving. So
he's aggressive.
Yeah, we know it should make for a good fight for as long as it lasts, but they believe he's strong, and they know he's been active. He has a ton of experience. He only has one loss. It was by the distance. So he's never been stopped as a pro, and that's pretty impressive in 77 professional fights.
No, it is. Even though,
I mean, regardless of the quality of opposition.
Still.
Only been down twice in his career. The last time, back in 2016. That's a lot of rounds. Strong jab there for Nakatani.
Nakatani's just kind of reading him right now.
Shoots the hook from the rear left hand.
And that's the shot I'm talking about. When Chipatana falls in like that, Nakatani can land that left uppercut, that left hook like he just did. Any shot. He's in such a vulnerable position, Chipatana, when he falls in like that.
Chipatana looking to land a uppercut of his own with the right hand there, but misses. Doubling up on the jab and then shooting the left hand for Nakatani. Deflected that straight shot from Chipatana.
Using that jab. And Nakatani's landing that rear left hand every time he throws it.
And landed that right one flush as well.
Beautiful, beautiful hook.
30 seconds left here in round three. Some feints for Chipatana.
And Nakatani's forcing Chipatana to overextend on these punches. He's there a second, and then he's using his footwork to back out, get out of range. He's waiting for that counter, and it's gonna show up at some point.
As we saw Takuma Inoue fall to Seiya Tsutsumi in what was a brilliant fight last night in our main event, and Tsutsumi is now the WBA bantamweight world champion. Kind of threw a wrench in the whole, plan for, or potential plan for Junto Nakatani to face Takuma Inoue first before possibly challenging Naoya up at 122 pounds. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at a Inoue, or excuse me, a Tsutsumi Nakatani fight. I don't know if that's realistic, that could be made. Maybe Yoshiki Takai is the route they go, but seeing him unify at 118 pounds before moving up to 122, which I think is in the cards for next year, according to Rudy Hernandez, I think that would be a nice feather in the cap for him to try to unify first before moving up, but not at the cost of prolonging a Naoya Inoue fight if it can be made. I just don't think that's going to be made next.
That would be an interesting matchup, though. Nakatani and Tsutsumi.
Yeah, Tsutsumi just had a spectacular performance last night. He continued to apply pressure through a ton of punches, finished strong, and I was, obviously came into that fight as a live underdog and completely delivered, and is now a world champion.
Very impressive, yeah. And Nakatani's winning these close exchanges.
Again.
And you can kind of see them battling for that foot position, being that they're both southpaws. Great left hand from Nakatani.
Chapatna shoots a body shot as Nakatani exits to the left.
Nakatani's constantly stopping him with his jab when he's trying to come forward.
Oh, good combination there for Nakatani. Landing at a very high clip. We don't have the benefit of CompuBox numbers tonight, but you can tell the efficiency. Nakatani not really wasting many punches.
No. He's very efficient.
$15 seconds left here in round 4. Chapatna not really able to get in a consistent rhythm offensively, and it's been that jab that's been disruptive for Nakatani.
1社が39対37、残りの2社は40対36、3社ともに赤コーナー中谷潤人選手を支持しております。Round 5.
Nakatani hasn't been doing as many body shots as I'm used to seeing, though.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, that's a good point, Nico. I mean, and I think after we were spoiled with what we saw in his last fight, again another slip here. It's probably the 3rd time that Chapatna has touched the canvas. And getting word in my ear from our producer with the open scoring there in Japan for this fight. 2 judges have it a shutout for Nakatani through 4. 1 judge has it 39-37 Nakatani. Should it go to the 8th round, we'll have another update on the scoring at Chapatna, as that one's deflected off the gloves of Nakatani, and he's now out of range. Trying to find out even one whole round that you could give to Chapatna there, but nonetheless, one judge has him 39-37, did give him a round. Nice uppercuts there from Nakatani.
Nakatani's best range is, like I said, mid to long range, but he's been finding success on the inside. He's been keeping a tight guard.
Now there's that uppercut you were talking about again on the inside. Chapatna at least letting his hands go here now midway through the 5th. Looking to go down to the body with the right hand jab is Chapatna.
He's definitely more active this round, Chapatna. He's just not able to land. Nakatani's just keeping his guard very high.
Picking off the shots, and then again with the beautiful right hand jab. Just getting out of the way of all these shots, being defensively sound, being efficient on his offense. Slight body shots landing from Chapatna. That one landed clean. Again, that one with the left hand there. Chapatna having a bit of success going down to the body, then trying to bring it upstairs with the right hook. Down to the body with the right hand for Chapatna.
And Nakatani's letting those uppercuts go.
Double left, uppercut right hand. Action heating up a bit more finally here in round 5. kind of been somewhat pedestrian through round 4.
And even though this isn't the ideal range for Nakatani, his guard is serving him well. He's keeping a high guard. He's blocking these shots, or a majority of them.
Nice hook for Nakatani there. Doing some good work with that lead right hand.
Corner just saying, don't stay in the middle for Nakatani.
Round 6, Christina Poncher and Nico Ali Walsh here with you from the Ariake Arena in Tokyo, Japan. The final fight in what's been a spectacular 2-night event. 7 world title fights from Japan. Nice right hand there from Chipatna to start round 6. It's been an absolute pleasure calling these fights. We've seen a few world champions, new world champions crowned, particularly Tsutsumi last night at bantamweight and Kafu earlier today at 115 pounds, upsetting Kosei Tanaka. I'd also like to take a moment to give a brief shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing, who has had some spectacular breakdowns. He is just an absolute boss when it comes to breaking down some of these fights from Japan, and has been very helpful in my preparation. So I want to make sure to give him his respect, as he is put in a ton of work in preparing breakdowns of these fights from Japan, and you'd be proud to see what Nakatani is doing right now here in round 6.
Nakatani's doubling a lot of his lead shots, a lot of lead right hooks, a lot of lead right uppercuts, and they're landing.
Nakatani takes a step back.
He's being calculated. Patient, Nakatani.
Again, some solid work there with the right hand. Chipatna doing his best. Looks like he's recovered fairly well from the knockdown. 20 seconds left here in round 6.
It looks like